Here's something that is really puzzling. You've got two trucks that are essentially exactly the same. One sells like crazy, the other bombs. Why would that happen? Who names a car after a hotel room number? And what does chicken tax have to do with cars? We've got the answers coming up as we continue our drive through the history of the Mazda Motor Company. It's 1971. With oil crisis after oil crisis, Mazda's rotary dream is turning into a nightmare. The company has to be bailed out by the Sumitomo Bank. Kohei Matsuda becomes president, succeeding his father, Tsuniji. He must steer the automaker in tough times, with earnings that continue to decline. Despite the challenges, the spirit at Mazda is strong and the company continues to move forward. Mazda Motor of America is established, and then Mazda Germany. Mazda 323 is released. Why 323? Well, Mazda's managing director, Masayuki Kirihara, is in Germany to celebrate the founding of Mazda Germany. He stays at the Dusseldorf Hilton. His room number is 323, so that's the name of the next Mazda model, the 323, which becomes the best-selling compact car in Germany. Coincidence or something more? I'll let you decide. The rotary dream also lives on with more efficient two-rotor rotary engines that reduce consumption by 40%. The Cosmo AP is the first vehicle to pass Japan's strict 1976 emissions regulations. The letters AP stand for anti-pollution in recognition of this. Internationally, it's known as the RX8. Then the Capella, or Mazda 626, is released. It's named after the brightest star in the Auriga constellation. The objective behind this car is nothing less than to take on Volkswagen. The project team consists of 300 people. The design is inspired by jet fighters, which result in a car with a front grille that has a sharp, horizontal, hexagonal shape which resembles a jet air duct. This car has power. It lives up to its name of being a star and takes the world by storm. The 626 helps Mazda Germany almost double the sales figures. More than 4.3 million units of 5th generation of Mazda 626 are sold by 2002. It becomes known as the German from Japan. But the company is still struggling financially. Now it's 1979. Mazda has a long relationship of cooperation with the Ford Motor Company. Ford already has a 7% stake in Mazda, but now Ford invests further and increases its stake to 24.5%. This will give Mazda the cash infusion it needs to continue innovating new engines. In return, Mazda will help Ford develop small car engines. During these years, it is sometimes hard for customers to tell whether they're driving a Ford or a Mazda. There's a lot of swapping of resources and capabilities between the two companies. It makes sense. Why build something from scratch when you can build it cheaper and faster by getting the plans from your friend? It's also one of the ways that the Ford-Mazda partnership helps get Mazda profitable again. You can also blame part of this on the politicians and something called chicken tax. So what exactly is chicken tax, and what has it got to do with cars? Well, back in 1964, France and Germany put tariffs on U.S. chicken imports. So to get back at them, President Johnson put taxes on light trucks as well as some other stuff. This made it really expensive to import trucks from Japan. So to get around this tax, Mazda trucks were manufactured in the USA, and that's how the B-Series trucks ended up being based on the Ford Ranger. Often the overlaps are very successful. We've talked about it being cheaper to make one car and copy it, rather than building two totally different cars. It's even cheaper if you build both at the same factory using the same machinery. The Ford Probe and Palestra and the Mazda MX30 are developed at the joint venture plants in Michigan, both on the same platform as the Capella. But of course, it doesn't always work out so well for everyone. The two companies work on a truck together. Ford gives their version the option of 2 or 4 doors. They sell the truck as the Explorer. Mazda only has 2-door version and sells the truck as the Mazda Navajo. Both are built in Louisville, Kentucky. They are essentially the same exact trucks. But here's what happens. The Ford Explorer is an instant success. Becomes the best-selling sport utility vehicle in the USA and keeps the title for the next 10 years. The Mazda Navajo bombs. How can you explain it when it's the same exact truck, made in the same factory. Now, it's 1984, and a memorable year for Mazda. The company finally officially adopts the Mazda name. Most people have called the company Mazda forever. Hardly anyone knows it as Toyo Kogyo. But this is the day we officially say goodbye to the Toyo Kogyo name. The company now shares the same exact name as its cars, Mazda. Now it's 1991. We find engineer Kenichi Yamamoto still hasn't given up on the rotary dream. And this dream is a good one. The RX series is the only Japanese and rotary-powered racer to take home the 24 hours at Le Mans. Mazda continues to be fascinated by alternative engine technology. Enter the Millennia, which uses the Miller engine. So what is the Miller engine? Well, most engines run on the Otto cycle: intake, compression, power, and exhaust. 4 strokes. The Miller cycle has the same 4 strokes with one key difference. In the Otto cycle, the intake valve is closed when the piston compresses the fuel-air mixture. In the Miller cycle, compression occurs in 2 stages. In the first stage, the intake valve stays open, allowing some of the fuel-air mixture to re-enter the intake manifold. When the stroke is 1/4 through, it closes. It's more refined and efficient. Although production of the engine discontinues in 2002, development is still ongoing. This is because Mazda engineers never give up on anything. They never give up on the rotary engine, they don't give up on the Miller engine, and they don't give up on the internal combustion engine either, even when other motor manufacturers are moving towards electric engines. We'll have more on that for you later. Mazda engineers also make some pretty strange vehicles. If this one doesn't convince you how unconventional they are, then nothing will. The Mazda 1991 suitcase car was to show innovation and creativity. It was a Samsonite suitcase equipped with mechanisms from a quarter-size motorbike. It has 3 wheels and a top speed of 19 miles an hour. Now it's 1997. The Asian financial crisis hits hard and Ford increases its stake. Now it has 33.4% and a controlling interest in the company. Ford sends Henry Wallace, a Brit, to lead the rescue. He's the first foreigner, or gaijin, to head a Japanese company. He's so famous in Japan that he's waved through passport control at the airport. Unfortunately, Henry's wife doesn't like Hiroshima, so he leaves the position after a year. But not before he has built synergies with Ford and put Mazda back on the road to profitability. He is replaced with an American, James E. Miller. Hey, maybe you like the Miller engine, who knows? It is at this point that Mazda introduces their brand symbol, which is very close to the current one. Up to now, it has only been the brand name Mazda, which has been the same since 1975. Now they introduced the new logo, which tells us a lot about the company. The V-shaped wings look like an M, stand for growth and improvement. Company believes in new technology. They proved this in 2002. The Mazda RX8 is powered by an improved rotary engine and arrives on the road. It is awarded International Engine of the Year and Best New Engine. The engine also gets first place in the category of engines with volume from 2.5 to 3 liters. So this 240 horsepower engine manages to win 3 awards at once. Now it's 2008. The financial crisis hits, and Ford is in financial trouble. It announced it will sell 20% of its shares in Mazda. Mazda buys back 6.8% of the shares for around $185 million US. Takeshi Yamanouchi takes over as chief executive. Ford reduces their shares further and finally sells their remaining shares to Mazda in 2015. But it is not the end of this long and enduring partnership. Both companies remain strategic partners and continue to engage in joint ventures. Mazda also has joint ventures and partnerships with Toyota. The Mazda Toyota Manufacturing USA is set to produce vehicles in Huntsville, Alabama starting in 2021. Fast forward to 2019, Mazda is once again at the forefront of new engine technology and once again not following convention. While most car manufacturers are looking at electric engines, Mazda develops revolutionary SkyActiv-X technology. SkyActiv-X combines the best of a standard combustion engine with a diesel engine for better performance. It seems Mazda engineers are always able to make improvements and always able to make engines work better. They did this with the rotary engine even when the company that invented it couldn't get it right. Just as the world has given up on a good old combustion engine, Mazda does it again. If you'd like to know more about the SkyActiv-X engine, check out our video at the link. Now it's 2020. Mazda is celebrating its centenary. It also announces its first all-electric car, the Mazda MX30. The Mazda MX30 is designed from the ground up with sustainability in mind. It features SkyActiv electric drive technology with 0 emissions and sustainable interior materials. And one of those sustainable materials is, you guessed it, cork. Its floating console and inner door handle trim is lined with cork. It's a fitting tribute to Mazda's beginning as a cork company in Hiroshima. It's the only car company that started as a cork company. Maybe that's why it does things different. If you like this episode, please support us by sharing this video.